This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
I'm Danielle Nuhfer, an educator for over 20 years who went up against 2 bouts of serious teacher burnout before finally realizing that I needed to share what worked and what didn't with educators everywhere. This is when Teaching Well was born. At Teaching Well, I partner with schools who recognize that when teacher well-being is prioritized, true teaching and learning can happen. And there's nothing more integral to building this kind of school culture than finding ways to care for yourself in the midst of all the school day hustle and bustle. Building in these moments is what this show is all about, and what I hope to bring to you each time I get the opportunity to speak with you here. So with that, let's begin. Good morning, educators. Today we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for all of us: identifying what we can and cannot control in our teaching lives. So grab your coziest drink, take a deep breath, and let's explore the path to serenity together. In my never-ending quest to rediscover joy amidst the challenges of teaching, I stumbled upon a powerful tool that some may perceive as a bit woo-woo. Yes, I'm talking about the Serenity prayer. But please, let me assure you, it's not about floating off into a metaphysical realm. It's actually a practical, down-to-earth guide that can provide real relief within our teaching lives. The full Serenity prayer states, "Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." So let's break that down in its most practical of forms. So the Serenity prayer begins with, "Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change." Now, some might think this is a bit mystical, but in reality, it's about acknowledging the stressors, the demands, and the challenges that are part and parcel of teaching. Acceptance is the first practical step towards finding a solution. The next part encourages us to have the courage to change the things we can. And I get it, this might sound a bit like a self-help mantra, but it's incredibly practical. It's about identifying what's within our control, actively engaging with it, and making tangible changes in our teaching lives. Now let's talk about the wisdom to know the difference. I know, it might seem like we're entering a little woo-woo again, but bear with me. The wisdom is the key to practicality. It's about distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. And by doing so, we channel our energy into what truly matters. I want to emphasize that this is not some abstract concept or an escape into the esoteric. It's a practical tool. As educators, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by external factors. And yes, it's okay to admit that some stressors are beyond our control. In fact, many of these stressors are beyond our control. The crucial step is acknowledging the reality and then focusing on what we can change, and that's ourselves. To close, let the Serenity prayer be a practical guide. I can't promise enlightenment, but I can promise empowerment through its application. By using this tool, we become both the cause and the solution to our challenges. It's about nurturing our internal well-being while also being mindful of our external factors. As you embark on this journey of practical empowerment, reflect on the Serenity prayer and use it as a tool to guide your decisions. Remember, your well-being matters, and you have the power to shape your teaching experience. And I'm here to guide you, and together we can navigate your journey from stress to however you actually want to feel. If this morning's motivation resonated with you, I'd love to connect more. Check out teachingwell.life and the show notes to find out how we can partner together.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at beepodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.